Good day, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. It's good to have you here. It's a beautiful day here in Oman. Before we get started, I have a question for you. Have you ever decided just to go driving? Just kind of pick a direction, go, take a random exit, and just see what happens? Well, that's what we did. And what we found? Pretty awesome. Once upon a time, I took a vacation to Oman, and it was so beautiful, I decided to stay. Would you look at what we have here? Aren't you a handsome fellow? Oh, how do I say this in one word? Jackpot. Okay, fine. Jackpot's a compound word, but still, struck gold without even trying. I love history, I love me some ruins, I love museums. And we found this on a random turn. Love it. You know, the crazy thing is, I'm not sure how I missed this. I love this kind of stuff. I had no idea that Mirbat had a castle. I knew that Taka had a castle. Now you might be asking, what's a Mirbat? I'm happy you brought it up. Mirbat is a historic port town located approximately 70 kilometers east of Salalah. Now, before we get into any kind of history lessons or anything like that, let's just get inside of his castle and see what we can see. Too tall, man. Right away, the minute you walk in, you are greeted with information and some exhibits. Wasted no time with this one. Now, it's sad to say, right? But even though I've been here over a year, and I do have Omani friends, I have yet to do this. You see that carpet on the ground? I have yet to sit down with a bunch of my friends and just have dinner or tea or whatever it is they do exactly here. I've done it in a restaurant, but it's not quite the same feeling. We did get there early, so not all of the educational videos are playing yet, but we did find this. We are here. The land of Mirbat. Well, maybe it's time for a quick history lesson. Now, Mirbat is situated on the Arabian Sea and was an important trading hub for centuries. Dating back to the 7th century AD, the town was an important trading center for frankincense, a valuable commodity that was in high demand throughout the ancient world. The strategic location of Mirbat, whose location is on the Arabian Sea, made it a key port of call for ships traveling between Asia, Africa, and Europe. But let's get back to the castle for a moment. I love how well preserved these pieces of pottery are. Now, I'm not sure how well you can hear it, but they're playing traditional Arab music in the background through the speakers. It sounds like just rhythmic drums and clapping, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty awesome. Going up. What I love about these little castles and forts is some of them look kind of small from the outside, but once you get inside, it's like, wow, we keep going. And while we're checking out some cool pottery and artifacts, might be a good time to get back to the history. Over the centuries, Mirbat was ruled by a number of different dynasties and empires, including the Persians, the Portuguese, and the Al-Julanda dynasty. The town was a prosperous trading hub until the end of the 19th century when it was attacked by the British. And while none of that sounds too pleasant, the most famous battle in the history of Mirbat took place in 1972 during the Dhofar Rebellion, when a group of communist insurgents attacked the town. The defenders of Mirbat were seriously outnumbered and outgunned. However, they managed to hold off the attackers thanks to their superior training and tactics. To this day, the battle is celebrated as a heroic victory for the Omani armed forces. Why do I believe they closed this thing off because tourists were trying to climb up it? Now, maybe I need to do better research or pay more attention to the videos that are playing in this place, but you keep on seeing the name Wali, W-A-L-I, throughout the tour here, and for the life of me, I can't figure out who Wali is. Now, the closest thing I can find phonetically was an Omani gunner who was stationed there named Walid Khamis, who unfortunately was killed during the gunfight. I have no words to describe how much I admire how the Omanis hold on to their tradition, right down to the clothing.
Similar enough to the modern.
Yeah, their clothes are very traditional. These are different. What's this? It's already a watch.
Remember how I said this building's a lot bigger than it looks? Well, it's a lot taller than it looks too. Don't fall down. If I'm not mistaken, it looks like we found somebody's bedroom. I just find it odd that there's no windows, but maybe that was for protection? It's really hard for me to say. Mirbat Castle was described as a 2-story building, but something tells me they didn't count the roof, and this rickety staircase might have been added afterwards.
There's still one more room there.
I truly appreciate whoever turned the roof into a sitting area for tourists and guests, because while the history is interesting, it's simply a great view from the top that anybody can enjoy.
This is their music.
It looks like we found ourselves a music room.
They're using shells.
Now this is the room where they should have had some music. Would have been perfect. It would have made this place perfect.
Oh! Woo!
Not only in the interest of time, but because I do want you guys to actually visit this place for yourselves one day, we did cut out a lot. But one room I wanted everybody to see, because, you know, it's me, was the weapons room.
This is the emblem of this icon of country. Even their seal is like this.
Well, it's been a great little adventure so far. The only thing really left to do is thank our host for being there so early and allowing us to explore just a little bit of the history of Mirbat, Oman. Alright, so maybe it wasn't the last thing we had to do. Of course, we got to get those social media moments for our personal accounts.
The blue.
Some of it's ruined and some of it was new stuff that just like crumble. It's really a shame.
These are old settlements.
But not that.
This one is like
That caught fire or something.
abandoned.
It's a shame, it's right next to the ocean.
Yeah, they wanted to do some. They're moving progress from here.
You know, I almost forgot why we originally set out today. It was to find a new beach. A new beach and to live a little bit like the locals do. I just want to extend a quick thank you to Oman itself for having all these amazing places to discover and visit and experience. It's been awesome. Now, normally this is the part where we'd say, thank you for joining us, which I will do because we do appreciate your company. But before I go, if you have enjoyed our content besides Oman in general and you think you want to visit, give us a call. Here's the information. We would definitely appreciate your support. Now, thank you so much for being here. It's always a pleasure. We'll catch you in the next one.